Welcome to the Olave Boys Pod. Got my brother right here. I'm Isaiah Olave, the oldest of the three Olaves. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Josh Olave, middle child. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Um, we might get Chris on later. See what he's up to. But we just wanted to start this podcast just to be able to chop it up as brothers weekly. This is just about sports, regular stuff we do on a regular basis, just to get ahead of everything. Whatever we say is strictly our opinion. Whatever I say is strictly my opinion. Has you know, no ill will toward anybody. So just strictly my opinion. Um, got Josh, if you got anything else you want to add, go ahead and we get started.
You know how people like to tell stories. So, like you said, just strictly opinion. So, I'm try to take this to another site or try to, create some clicks. So, it's strictly us right now. So, our opinions are how we feel. So,
Yes, sir. So getting into it, first thing we got up on the agenda, we got the NFL season just ended. NFL honors. Josh Allen took home the MVP. Saquon Barkley took on the Offensive Player of the Year. Pastor Tan, Defensive Player of the Year. Eric Armstead took home Walter Payton Man of the Year. Kevin O'Connell Coach of the Year. Jaden Daniels Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jared Verse Defensive Rookie of the Year, and Joe Burrow Comeback Player of the Year. Brother, how you feel? How you feel about those awards? You got anybody that got snubbed? You think, in your opinion, or how do you feel about everybody taking home those awards?
I'm agreeing with all of them except MVP and Coach of the Year. Feel like
MVP and Coach of the Year. Who you got? Who's your MVP?
Lamar. Like, come on, that's he got first team All Pro from everybody. Next, he's second in the MVP. It didn't make sense to me.
Who was your Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year, Dan Campbell beat this guy twice, so I didn't understand that either. So, I mean,
I could see that. I could see that. I had Josh Allen MVP, just kind of like what Dan Orlovsky said. He had, I mean, I feel like he had, less talent than Lamar did. Lamar had a crazy season stats wise, but like I said, Josh Allen kind of really carried that team. I think, in my opinion, no crazy wide receiver one. Stephon Diggs left, so he was kind of, quote unquote, they was doing it with nobody. So he took that team as far as they could. What else? Coach of the Year, I agree with you. Dan Campbell probably. They kind of tricked it off in the playoffs, but for the most part, Kevin O'Connell did have a good season, but they tricked it off in the playoffs too. Lost first round, but I think Dan Campbell probably deserved that Coach of the Year. Uh, Everything else, I think, pretty much spot on. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm pretty sure Jared Verse was good. Quinyon Mitchell had a good season, I think, in my opinion. I don't think better than Jared Verse, but Quinyon Mitchell maybe. And then Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow had a crazy season. He was up for MVP too, so I think that was pretty much everything. If you really get technical, Saquon could have took home MVP too, because he had. I mean, maybe if he would have played that last game and got the record,
yeah,
MVP.
but like you said with Lamar, I mean, his supporting cast was crazy too. So,
Yeah, true. And then you still got Jamar Chase, Triple Crown winner. It hasn't been done since, I think, Cooper Cup a few years back. So he had a crazy season too.
yeah,
So
it just wasn't no award for him this year.
yeah, it was just a bunch of, like I said, crazy season from different people. So diving into the Super Bowl, Philadelphia Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs by the score of 42-20. Jalen Hurts was named Super Bowl MVP. Brother, I know you're a Chiefs fan. How'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about the Super Bowl?
Disappointed, man. We always start off slow in Super Bowls, but this time it backfired on us. So we'll be back though. We'll be back next year for sure.
Yeah, I really didn't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl for real. If I'm being honest, I wanted Lamar to get that thing.
Yeah, the Eagles deserved that win. though. They was
Yeah,
they was just they nobody could beat. Nobody can mess with them on their A game. So
yeah,
they
for
keep the
sure.
same roster next year. It's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, I think obviously our brother plays for the Saints, so the Saints and Eagles had a pretty good game. I think week 3 was it week 3?
Yeah.
Um, week 3 battle. Saints kind of gave it up at the end. Eagles had a long drive. With a few minutes, a couple minutes left, I think.
3rd and 15.
Yeah, 3rd and 15 converted to the mesh. Dallas Goddard went like 70, I think. But there's a lot of speculation, I guess, about firing Nick Sirianni at that point because the Eagles kind of started off a little rough, but they got it together, and I feel like they peaked at the right time. They got a crazy offensive line, crazy receivers. Jalen Hurts proved that he could throw the ball down the field this year. Saquon Barkley behind that O line, 2K, and then your defense went crazy too. Front seven is insane. Zach Bond had an All Pro year, former Saint. Cooper DeJean, good rookie in the slot. Quinyon Mitchell across from Darius Slay, like they just was well rounded. Chauncey Gardner Johnson, Reed Blankenship, just I think they had the best team this year. Honestly, once they put it together and it showed in the Super Bowl.
Yep. There's no weakness. Like where is their weakness at?
Yeah, exactly. So, what'd you think about the NFC though?
It's the Lions and the Eagles. Those are the only two teams in the NFC. I feel. Washington on the way up. Who else?
I think the Bucks. The Bucks took the AFC South. They lost to Washington first round, and then the Rams beat the Vikings and then lost to the Eagles. Rams gave the Eagles some run for their money though for a little bit.
Yeah, but it's looking like the Rams about to go different ways with some certain players. So I think they about to hit a little downfall, a little couple years.
Yeah, look like they about to hit a rebuild. They're trying to trade Stafford. I think they told Cooper Kupp a secret trade too. So
yep.
Rams, I don't know what's going on, money situation or what, but we'll see what happens with them. Yeah, I thought this was the Lions' year to do it. All the coaches came back, and they kind of just they had a ton of injuries. Honestly, they had I think like 13 defensive injuries. So
yeah, ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah, so and then I mean after that, all the coaches kind of just took their head jobs. Aaron Glenn went to New York, Ben Johnson, Chicago. So we'll see how Dan Campbell fills out that staff. I think he got a couple guys already. Not 100% sure, but we'll see if they'll be back. They had a good little run the last couple years, so
yeah, they'll be back. It'll be them, Philly. I think they're gonna go at it this year coming up. I like Washington though. Green Bay, iffy.
Yep.
Those are the 4 teams. I mean, Saints hopefully, but
we'll hope so. We'll see what Kellen Moore does. But I agree. I think Washington on the come up too. The way Jaden Daniels played, Jaden Daniels with the way he played. Hopefully he doesn't hit a sophomore slump, but I think they got a good amount of cap space. So they add a couple pieces. We'll see what happens. Myles Garrett, if they get Myles Garrett, that'd be crazy too on the D line. Myles Garrett kind of just add up on that cap space, whatever they can get in free agency. See how that goes. Mentioned Kellen Moore, former Eagles offensive coordinator, named the head coach for the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, we got ties to the New Orleans Saints with our brother playing for the New Orleans Saints. So, Kellen Moore named the head coach. He named was Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley, the defensive coordinator this week or this past week. Doug Nussmeier, hope I'm saying that right, as the offensive coordinator, and Phil Galliano as the special teams coordinator, who was the special teams coordinator last year when Darren Rizzi took over as interim head coach. How do you feel about the hire, Kellen Moore, or did you want to see somebody else, or how the coaching hire process go for you?
I loved it. I feel like they got a younger guy in there for one. I feel like we got, as a team, we got to get younger still, but they got a young guy in there, offensive minded as well. So that's the first time. Was Sean Payton offensive coach?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's since Sean Payton, and you see where that the success they had. So I feel like I like the hire. That's all I can say right now.
Yes, sir. I liked obviously Ben Johnson. I think he was a good coach. Kellen Moore's a great coach. who's the I'm blanking on the name for the Lions DC. Oh, Aaron Glenn got the New York job. Wouldn't have been mad at that. Who else? Cliff Kingsbury kind of pulled his name out. Who else was in the running? Darren Rizzi obviously did a good job at the end of the season, getting that team together, getting some dubs, and having them play and keeping the locker room together. I think he did a good job. But yeah, I'm not mad at the hire. I like Kellen Moore. Hopefully, we get some consistency in there first. Since brother's been on the team, this will be his third offensive coordinator or playbook he's got to learn. Hopefully, some consistency this year. Hopefully, brother can stay healthy, and she can stay healthy, and everybody stays healthy this year. Got banged up a lot, but I'm happy with the hire. I like who we hired on his staff. Got some veteran coaches, some old head coaches. Brandon Staley obviously was a head coach. I think he was with the Rams when they won that Super Bowl. I want to say, don't quote me on that. Could be wrong. But and then Kellen Moore kind of brought who he's worked with in the past and has successful offenses with him to New Orleans. So kind of excited about that. We'll see where it goes. And then him being in the NFC South is definitely winnable. One of the weaker divisions in the NFL, I'd say.
For sure. For sure.
Yep. So season 1 on the way. Getting into further, Kellen Moore's first thing to do is prepare for the draft. Super Bowl finally solidified the full draft order. Saints picking 9. Eagles obviously won the Super Bowl, got 32nd. What you got any names to watch that you hope the Saints could get? Not even in the first round, throughout the whole draft. Anybody on your radar?
I want Tet. I don't know his full name. Or from Arizona, but that's the complimentary guy for Chris, I feel like, and she. I feel like that's the missing piece for their offense. There'll really be no weakness on the offense. I mean, a couple of line adjustments, but I mean, with AK, I mean, she, Chris, and Ted, that's dangerous right there. So I hope he falls to 9, but I've been seeing a lot of Saints fans say Genty. I really don't see it. I don't see that vision. I ain't even gonna fake it to you, but I wouldn't be mad at it either. I mean, AK is getting up there in age, so I mean, and that's some nice fresh legs with AK. I wouldn't be mad at it. I just feel like 9 is a reach for Genty. Will Johnson, I like Will Johnson for sure as a corner. We just got rid of Laddie, so then we don't know what we're doing with it. I don't know what they're doing with the Debo yet, so I would say Will Johnson's a great pick at 9. And you can't go wrong with O-line the way the O-line been looking. So those are the picks. Those are the 4 I would say.
Yep, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I wouldn't be mad at Tet. He's that big body kind of complementary receiver that, like you said, Chris and she need. Whether it's Derek or Spencer at quarterback, big body guy, contested catch guy. I think 6'4", 6'5", so wouldn't be mad at that. We'll see how the board shakes, obviously. Trades and who falls and everything. My favorite players, obviously, I like Mason Graham. If we could get a D tackle in there, disruptive with Breezy, I think that'll help the run defense a little bit. He's a baller, but I doubt he falls to 9. Who else? Abdul Carter. He's probably top 5, but I think he's probably the best player in the draft.
For sure.
Definitely the best player in the draft, in my opinion. Like you said, Will Johnson, great player at Michigan, lockdown corner. Kind of gives you the freedom to leave Alante at nickel, where he had a bunch of success, a bunch of sacks, if he wants to play closer to the ball, or you can move him to safety, whether you want him, in that kind of like that Derwin James, Brian Branch-ish role that you've seen a lot of, slot corners, safeties build have success. I like Tyler Warren. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about at 9, but I like Tyler Warren. Good tight end, catches the ball good. I think he blocks good from all the Penn State games I watched. Blocks good, catches the ball. Former quarterback, he does some wildcat stuff. I think if you draft, I mean, 9 might be a reach. You might have to trade back and get some more draft capital or something, and then get them maybe in that teen range. But
Yeah, got you.
um, we don't know Taysom Hill's situation, whether he'll be back or what, coming off injury, getting up there in age too. So that's a tight end that we might need. I think Juwan Johnson's a free agent as well. Tight end that we could use, wildcat quarterback, tush push if Kellen Moore brings that. So I like Tyler Warren a lot. Obviously, I think the Saints can't go wrong. It's a lot of talent. It's a lot of you know spots on the roster they might be able to make slight adjustments to get better at. A lot of guys getting up there in age, so I
Yeah.
think it's a lot of options. I wouldn't be mad at a bunch of names. If they do go Genty, I wouldn't be mad at it either. Two running back system kind of's been working. I work for Detroit with Gibbs and Montgomery, so I wouldn't mind it. Uh, just bouncing around. Combine starts this week, Thursday through Sunday, March 2nd in Indianapolis on NFL Network. We kind of talked about some players we like already. How do you feel about the guys pictured? Obviously, we talked about Abdul Carter a little bit. Genty, is Cam Ward your top quarterback, or you like Shador, or and do you feel like Travis Hunter is the best player in the draft? Or
Cam Ward is for sure. Cam Ward is my top quarterback. I've been watching him a lot. I love his release. His shit's so fast. So whoever get him, they got a bright future. Travis Hunter is for sure the best player in the draft. There's no question about that.
any sleepers? I know you played at Weber State. You got anybody in the FCS you think sleepers late in the draft, undrafted? She was undrafted. He all pro last season before he got hurt.
Yeah,
So
you just gotta.
you don't got no sleepers about any small school guys?
Yes, but I know it's gonna be some sleepers for sure out the FCS. They're gonna come late, even undrafted. So there's always gonna be some sleepers in the FCS. Even some Power Five players. They ain't got no attention on them right now, but they're gonna be some. There for sure gonna be some sleepers in this draft that go late and just blow up their rookie season. So like a Puka.
Yep.
Yeah, them type of guys. So you just don't see it in college. You gotta wait till they get to the league. They just
Yeah, that's what we got the scouts and stuff for. My boy Jeff Ireland on that. Kind of circling back to the quarterback situation, I kind of think I'm in agreement with you. I think Cam Ward is probably the number one guy. Then Shador. It's kind of neck and neck to me. But I like Cam Ward. It's just he might be a little too nonchalant for NFL standards. So I don't know how the GMs and the personnel feel about that. But his game is crazy. I think he's good. He's done it at every single level. Came from the FCS, I think. I want to say Incarnate Ward. I want to say, but yeah, to me, Travis Hunter is the best player available next to Abdul Carter. Then 1A, 1B to me. Do you think Travis plays receiver? You think he plays corner, or you think he plays both in the league? What do you think?
He gonna play both. It depends though. I'll take it week by week. So I was just thinking about this yesterday. If we playing like the Bengals, oh yeah, you suiting up that corner today.
That'll be cool.
You got to guard one, but the next week we got you ain't got no receiver that we got a guard like that. Hey, we gonna play a receiver this week.
Yeah, that's kind of smart. I didn't think about it like that. I kind of thought like once the draft was kind of playing out at the end of the season, I was like the perfect situation for him would be like the Patriots. You go to the Patriots, him and Christian Gonzalez at corner.
Yeah.
And then you come on offense. Barring free agency, I was saying like they picked up T. Higgins or somebody, and then Trav with T. Higgins, that would be crazy too on offense. So but I think in my opinion, he's a corner, and then with a package on offense. I don't think he goes fully both ways. I think that's trying to do too much.
The whole game, but like I said,
I think just the NFL like physicality and stuff. I don't know, but I'm not doubting them, but it's a lot. I think.
Yeah, like I said, it depends on the week, who they play that week. That's how I'll do it.
Yeah, I like that idea. My sleepers for the NFL, I don't know if he got an invite to the combine, but running back from my school, I went to UC Davis. Land Larison, running back from Idaho. Bro's ridiculous. Can catch the I think he led UC Davis, my school. If I say my team, I mean UC Davis. He led us in rushing. He led us in receiving. He returned kicks. Bro did everything. I want to say 2-time All American, maybe 3-time. I could get that wrong, but sleeper. I think he gets drafted day 3, maybe day 2, but day 3. This running back class is crazy. But Land Larison is a name to watch out, in my opinion, from UC Davis. If y'all don't know about him, look him up.